Look, America wants us in debt. America wants to keep us in debt. Us being in debt is the only thing that keeps the machine going, keeps us as a cog in that hamster wheel constantly going. America expects you to spend money that you don't have. It needs you to spend money that you don't have. It keeps everything working and flowing like America wants it to flow. Guys, on this quick video, I want to give you my take on debt, right? One of the reasons is because I keep running into people either in the comment section of my videos or even through email that ask me, or they make a statement about the fact of debt. Is debt bad? Is this debt good? Is this debt bad? Should I keep this debt? Should I not? And it seems like there's a lot of people that believe that we're always supposed to be in debt. And debt is just what we're supposed to be in, and you can't always get out of debt. You're always going to have some type of debt, and car debt is okay, right? All these different theories about debt. So I just want to have a quick conversation with you about debt and give you my beliefs on debt in terms of personal debt and what I think, right? So here's the deal. In my opinion, yes, there's such thing as good debt and bad debt. I like to say it's more like tolerable debt versus intolerable debt, right? So in my opinion, if you have debt on something that is increasing in value, cool, right? If you have debt on something going down in value, not cool. For example, you got you a 2022 Toyota Camry, right? A car. 2022 Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, Chevy, whatever you got. It's a car. Bad debt, in my opinion. Now, if you got debt on something that's going up in value, like a piece of real estate, I'm cool with it. Because in 5 years, that $300,000 home or that $300,000 commercial office building is probably going to be worth more. 5 years or 10 years down the road, it's going to be worth more because it appreciates. It goes up in value. Even that piece of land that is worth $2,000 today, it might be worth $2,500 in 5 years. My point is this. If it goes up in value, cool. If it goes down in value, not cool. But here's the kicker. We live in such a debt-ridden society that everybody thinks debt is no big deal. Oh, just have debt and pay payments, not a big deal, because that's how America is. See, America wants us to believe the idea and the notion that debt is okay. Debt is just a part of life. It's just a part of the world. Look, America probably wants us to think like that because America is in nearly, $37 trillion worth of debt. I don't even think you can imagine $1 trillion. $1 trillion is like 12 zeros. So $37 trillion is crazy amount of money that you can barely even fathom, right? You can't even think in terms of that big of a number. But that's the debt we're working with. Matter of fact, America works off of a deficit every single year, where we bring in and collect a whole lot, trillions less than we actually spend. So America lives like that. And because America lives like that and thinks like that, it's now cast that mind frame that debt is not a big deal. Don't worry about it. You're going to live and die in debt. Don't even worry about it. That's what America does. Look, America revolves around debt. That's just how it is. There is a market out there. You heard of the stock market, right? But there's a market that's way bigger than the stock market. It's called the bond market. And the bond market is debt. A bond is a debt, right? If I go buy a bond from the buy a U.S. Treasury bond from the federal government, that government owes me. I just bought that government's debt. The largest holder of American debt right now in terms of other countries is Japan. So America owes Japan more money than they owe anyone else, in the trillions, right? So we say Japan owns America's debt, right? Because when you owe somebody a bond, it's debt. So the debt market, also known as the bond market, is way bigger than the stock market. And you think the stock market's huge, right? In terms of wealth and money and how much is... No, the bond market is bigger. And the bond market is more complicated than the stock market. But the bond market is just debt. It's the debt market. The debt market makes the world go round. That's why when you turn on the TV on Bloomberg News or Bloomberg Finance, they talk about the bond market just as much as they talk about the stock market, because the bond market is way bigger and it's probably almost more important because it's who owns whose debt. Guys, if you're getting any value from this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, and most of all, share this video with someone who you know could use this valuable information. When you hear a good word, pass it on to other people, right? Also, please drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Now, let's get back to the video. The world, not just America, the world revolves around debt. And so if the world revolves around debt, America revolves around debt, then the people in America are just going to think debt is a natural, normal thing. It's no big deal, right? It's how we do business. And I'm saying that's cool if we're talking about, and cool for your personal finances, if we're talking about debt on anything that's increasing in value. But it's not cool for you if you're talking about credit card debt, student loan debt, hospital bill debt. It's not cool when you talk about that from a personal finance standpoint, right? Don't worry about America cleaning up its debt. Let's clean up our own debt, in my opinion, the debt on things going down in value. See, if a country can go $37 trillion in debt and not trip on it, then guess what? That same country surely don't mind you going $100,000 in debt, $200,000, $500,000 in debt. The country, America, expects you to spend money that you don't have. It needs you to spend money that you don't have. And I'm saying, not me. I don't like debt, right? I don't mind debt. I can tolerate debt on things that's going up in value, but otherwise, I don't like it. Now, that's the attitude I had to have to get out of debt because I was in debt for years and years and years, right? I'm talking 3 decades or more. I was in debt. And America would probably like it if I stayed in debt for 30 or 40 more years because us being in debt keeps the machine humming. It keeps everything working and flowing like America wants it to flow. But me personally, I could do without it. Not a big fan of it. And on this channel, you don't hear me talking much about using credit cards. You don't hear me talking much about using debt to leverage and get other. You don't hear me really talking much about that because I would rather you jump out of the matrix, get out of the system. Instead of just getting in the hamster wheel like everybody else does, right? Get that car payment, get those loans, right? Get that 1% interest on your washing machine that you just purchased, right? Instead of, I would rather you jump out of that matrix and not be a part of that cog in the machine called debt to keep America flowing. I'm saying, personally, I would rather see you jump out of that and not be in that and only carry debt if it's going up in value, like a piece of real estate. And for me, I do have some real estate debt, right? On a primary residence and on 2 rental properties. I have a little bit of debt on all 3 of them, but they're appreciating. So I'm cool with it for now. In the next year or 2, you'll see me come on here and talk about how I paid off the debt on a couple of rental properties because I do want to pay them off in a couple years. But for now, I have vowed to myself to never take on any new debt. And I haven't taken on new debt since probably 2009 or 2010. And I probably haven't swiped a credit card since about 2011. I don't really take on new debt. And because I've vowed to myself and to my own personal finances to not add bad debt, now I don't have any debt. But my income went up steadily and steadily. I understand the idea and the notion of using debt on something going up in value to leverage it to buy more things that are going up in value, other assets. Totally get it. If you want to play that game, you can play that game. There's nothing wrong with that game because these assets are going up in value. The only problem I have with debt is when you get it on something that's not going up in value. That can really destroy your wealth. Look, America wants us in debt. America wants to keep us in debt. Us being in debt is the only thing that keeps the machine going. Keeps us as a cog in that hamster wheel constantly going. That's debt. Look, if you have debt and you like debt and you think that you're always going to be in debt and you don't mind carrying debt, I'm not mad at you. I promise you, I'm not mad at you. I realize and understand that there's many different ways to get to wealth. My way is just one way, but there's other ways and other possibilities to get to your financial freedom. And everybody's not going to do it the way I do it. And that's the one thing that sometimes when you talk to people about money, they don't understand. They think it's only one way to get there and it's my way. I don't believe that. If you decide to use debt, and you use credit cards and things like that responsibly, it's totally up to you. It's your choice. But on this channel, I can only give you my opinion and what I think and what's actually worked for me and gotten me to financial freedom. And it hasn't been debt on things going down in value, but it has been debt on real estate, which has helped me build wealth because real estate typically goes up in value over a long stretch of time. But I'm not mad at you if you use debt. It's totally your choice. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on debt. If you got anything from the video, smash that like button and share the video with somebody you know. The best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. Guys, take good care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.